Hello and welcome to another LEGO Bootleg review. Today we're looking at a KOPF set of Street Fighter. There are two sets here. There's KF8008 on the left and KF8016 on the right. Now I have seen the actual customs of these that people have actually designed and made, and I'm guessing they just bought up the set and then copied them into these bootleg forms. So these designs are actually done by, I guess, a fan somewhere and not done by KOPF themselves. On the left hand side we have Ryu, Ken, Van Damme and Zangief, and then behind them they have E Honda, Dhalsim, Blanka and Vega. Of course, different names if you're from Japan. On the right hand side for the second set we have Akuma, Thunderhawk and Dee Jay, and behind them have Cammy, Chun Li, Julia, and now for some reason he also comes with this sort of haircut, but he doesn't have hair in the game, so I guess it's just an error, or you can use it as a bonus piece, hey. All of these minifigures have a standard minifigure stand underneath them, a 3x4 plate, and none of them have any extra accessories. All of them use pad printed designs. None of these figures have any side prints, but a few of them do have back facial prints. Starting with Ryu and Ken here, they both share the same torso prints, just done on different plastic. The Ryu I have here has some trouble standing on the Lego studs. It is quite a tight fit. Ken seems to do a bit better, although his hairpiece is way too tight. Moving on to Guile here, he does have a secondary face that we will see in a minute, because his hair is also extremely tight and you just got to pull it on an angle to get it off. But his camel pants is a little bit too colorful, a little bit tacky, but the torso and face print is quite nice. And so is the back as well. If you pull this head down, the teeth will still show. Next, E Honda here is pretty good. I guess someone would make a big fig version of it at some point. It would make sense, I suppose. Very hairy chest, of course. And back here, quite good as well, the muscle textures. And of course, with this hairpiece, a little bit of a gap between the head and the hair, but otherwise it's pretty good. Toes printed on E Honda there is quite funny, quite weird. And so same toe patterns for Dhalsim there. And the back is quite nicely done as well. Dhalsim's probably one of the simplest figures to do because he doesn't even have any hair. Now this is one of those figures that I've seen custom prints of it for a long time. And it's very nice to have a minifigure of him after all these years of just look at people customizing minifigures. This is one of the easiest ones to do because he doesn't have any hairpiece or anything. Just do some printing. Now, Blanka here is, again, minifigure is nice, I suppose, and I like the colors and such. It's not just like a straight green. A little bit of flat green, that's nice. The hairpiece is a hard plastic, unlike the soft rubber one from Official Lego, and the back detail, it gets the job done. Once again, this is one of those characters that I would assume someone would want to make a big fig out of. The figure here does have some problem with his shoulders, a little bit loose, his legs as well, and he gets two sets of claws, so you get one spare. Would have preferred the mask being like a silver print, and he doesn't have any back face print, which is a bit of a shame. Akuma, he has the same print as Ryu and Guile, just with the added beads on top. And here's a quick look on the back, also the same. Next up, he does have back head print, but the front here is pretty good, pretty sharp, pretty detailed. Again, the toes are a little bit off. I'm not really a big fan of them. I prefer there were no toes. And the back, he does have the rest of the strap and more of a scar and muscle textures on his back body. Next up, he is pretty good, pretty sharp, like the colors a lot, the contrast very nicely, and quick look on the back, just the rest of his clothing. Not a fan of him, his skin is far too red, needs to be a bit more brown. Doesn't help that he has red hands to just push the contrast even more. But the little lining print there is very nice, just on the edge of the hip piece and torso piece. Gives that really nice sort of stringy rubber band contrast lining, it's very good. Skin texture is bad on the legs and the torso, but the overall suit design is pretty nice. I'm glad they didn't go with the more Street Fighter 2 look where her entire legs are showing, otherwise the coloring would have been really bad, or they could have used flesh colored plastic for the legs. And the back just has very simple details. Chun Li here, why is it such a dark color? Why is it not the bright blue? This is frustrating. Even she's pissed off, like I've got the wrong colors. And no skirt piece, but I'm glad they don't have like a fabric piece for the skirt because, well, we'll see in a moment, they're pretty bad fabric pieces, but they just printed in there, but they printed in an inward angle, so you get a little bit of flesh on the side. But I don't mean this side, I just mean the front side, so kind of weird from looking from this angle. And same on the back as well. Skin seems a bit orange, that kind of sucks. And of course they use the Princess Leia hair, because of course. Bison here, he's done pretty well, but he always has an angry, screaming face. Would have liked it if he had a more neutral face, just like, I don't care, like stern face. He's got this big piece that we've seen in certain DC characters like Green Lanterns and weird Yellow Lantern Superman. And the reason why I wouldn't have liked the fabric piece for Chun Li's like cloth dress area is because look at this. This piece is very thin. It's not as flimsy as the pogo capes we've had recently, but it's maybe 1.5 thickness of that. And he just has some basic folds printed on the back of him and the back of his legs. And finally him, yep, he looks pretty good. He's got boxing gloves and no regular hands. Again, not too sure how to feel about that because all the other figures just have regular hands, so I don't know. I feel like I want to swap these out for regular hands and be a bit better for him. Overall, the print quality here is pretty excellent. I've seen multiple sets of these and the quality control seems quite good. The plastic, however, the joints a little bit tight and uneven at certain places, and some of the arms seem a little bit loose. Can get annoying, but it does seem like if you're unlucky and you have one figure that's particularly bad and you just get another one for replacement, you should be okay. The cape fabric is kind of crappy, but at least it's better than Pogo. For the price that you pay for, I think this is pretty excellent. A few years ago, 4 years ago, JLB, if you remember that brand, they released a Street Fighter set, just 6 characters, and they were very crap. And after that, Xingyan released a King of Fighters set. So, if you like fighting games, that's out, and then now Street Fighter, these two sets are out, and they're very good quality for the price that you pay for. Here's hoping that we get a few more fighting games in minifigure form. I know a lot of people will probably want Mortal Kombat. I would like that too, and it should be quite easy to make them now with all the Ninjago parts. So where's Mortal Kombat? That'd be really nice. What other fighting games would you like to see in minifigure form? Leave a comment below under the video. As always, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and ring the little bell for more of the bootleg videos that are coming out soon. I also review official Lego and a bunch of Japanese Kamen Rider toys and such. Don't forget, you can also support this channel by turning ad block off and watching the video, heading over to Patreon and supporting it that way, or simply sharing this video with other people that you think will find this interesting. As always, take care, have a nice day. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye now.